Spring is in the air and Mother's Day is just around the corner. Last year you gave her flowers. The year before that, flowers. The year before that, yep, you guessed it, flowers. This year, how about flowers and the gift of music? Take her to the Old Rock House for Debstock 2023, featuring Russo and Company.
You drive me to drink, so I drink and drive another nail into the railroad ties. Once my track's finished, on board I climb and I'll ride right through the night. Hey,
Ryan Shaney.
I'm on the edge. I'm looking down and I don't see the bottom. Can you forget? Lost and found, just like some prodigal son, searching for shelter.
Emily Wallace.
I just want a simple life in St. Louis. I just want to spread some love in South City.
And comedian Meredith Hopping. Doors open at 2:30 and the show is from 3 to 7. Advance tickets are $15 and $20 at the door. This is a benefit for glioblastoma brain cancer. Advance tickets can be purchased through etix.com. It's Debstock 2023 at the Old Rock House on May 14th, featuring Russo and Company, Ryan Shaney, Emily Wallace, and comedian Meredith Hopping. We hope to see you there. Don't forget the flowers.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to another brand new episode. Today's features Luminal. Had a lot of fun getting to know a little more about them and their music and upcoming shows this summer and all their plans. So hope you enjoy it. And I do have a big show of my own. I'd love to see you on May 14th, Old Rock House, Sunday, Mother's Day. And we'll be over there 3 to 7 p.m. This is a show I put on in my mother's memory, raising funding and awareness for brain cancer patients. So I lost my mother in 2019 to glioblastoma brain cancer, and putting together this show, trying to help out some others in need. So join us Mother's Day. Bring mom down. Have a good time. And we'll be there 3 to 7. Tickets are $15 in advance, $20 day of show. And I have an incredible lineup of a bunch of my great friends. Russo and Company, Emily Wallace, Ryan Shaney, and Meredith Hopping hosting, doing some comedy for us. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for it. And I really hope you join us. And if you'd like, we got some t-shirts available also. If you want to support in that way, reach out. Email me at rockpaperpodcast@gmail.com. Rockpaperpodcast/Debstock for more info, ticket link, everything else. Again, Old Rock House, May 14th, Sunday, 3 to 7 p.m. A big thank you again to my friends at Friendship Brewing Company for their continued support of this show. So come on out. We're getting into spring. It's great patio weather. Come out and hang out at Friendship Brewing Company in Wentzville, serving up all your craft beer needs with over 25 rotating taps out there. I'm sure to got a beverage just right for you. We got some delicious food, all kinds of burgers and nachos and flatbread pizzas and all kinds of weekly specials. And they do a lot of great live music on the weekends. On Thursdays, they've been doing Singo Bingo night. So Thursday, May 4th, you can be out there for Singo Bingo. Friday, May 5th, Dennis and Brad O'Hagan. And Saturday, May 6th, Steve Kyle. And Sunday, May 7th, James Jones. You can find their full concert calendar, beer menu, food menu, and everything else at friendshipbrewingcompany.com. Be sure to get plugged in on your Facebook and Instagram. Follow along with them there. If you're needing a gift for mom, they're doing some really nice Mother's Day baskets, including like a shirt, a 6-pack of beer, I believe, some candles. I don't know, a little real nice arrangement. So check it out if mom's a fan. You can bring home a Mother's Day gift basket for her, and you can find those on the website and Facebook and stuff. So I think they're $45 for that, and but yeah, it'd be a nice surprise for mom, and maybe a little different than just getting her some flowers again this year. Again, join us May 14th, Mother's Day. We'll be there, and that's it for me, everybody. If you need anything from me, feel free to reach me at rockpaperpodcast.com. Hit me up on the socials. Email me, rockpaperpodcast@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. And with that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode with Luminal.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
We're Luminal. And you're listening to Rock Paper Podcasts.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Scissors beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats scissors, Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with Luminal.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, everyone. I guess before we get rolling too far, you want to go around and everybody introduce themselves for those listening?
Yeah, I'm Jaden. I play lead guitar.
I'm Nick. I play rhythm guitar.
I'm Doug. I am vocals.
I'm Alice. I play bass.
And sometimes you
and
back
sing
up
a
and
little
we
bit.
sing together, and
And
it's a lot of fun.
our drummer is not here. He's
Ian.
sick.
Uh-oh.
But that's
But he's the
Ian.
best, and we love him.
Yeah.
We do love Ian.
And Brandon is also not here. He is getting ready to graduate with his PhD, and he will be leaving us, unfortunately.
But he's still going to be working on music, so he'll still be a part of the creative process.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of bittersweet that he's got the PhD, but that won't be involved
We're
as
gonna make
much.
it work,
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, this is cool. I'm excited. We tried doing this once before. I'll just be transparent, and I had tech issues on my end. It was one of the lost episodes, so I appreciate you. You guys having me back out and do a take 2 on this, and
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
but I feel like we got a lot. Like that was a fun hang, but now we even got more stuff to talk about. We got a lot of great shows coming up that you are a part of,
Busy
and
summer.
so I feel like maybe it worked out for a reason sometimes.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, but we and I guess I want to say before we get rolling too far, big congrats to Alice on her recent marriage.
Thank you.
Yeah, woo.
Yeah.
Nino,
It's Nino.
Yeah.
the best.
Nino is
He
our
our husband now.
fiance.
Yeah.
Now he's the band husband.
Yeah,
Yeah.
collective husband.
He's working though.
Yeah. But that was it was exciting. I mean, like I remember we were kind of talking about it on the last one. Now it's official. So yeah, very cool.
Been a week and a half.
Yeah.
How's married life so far?
Uneventful.
Different than it was before.
New world.
Been reborn.
Yeah. Well, I know. So I guess let's kind of start at the beginning. I know this. You guys we're creeping up on 2 years as a band.
Yeah.
And
2021.
Well, what was like? I forget now. What was like how we started? Like you.
Facebook.
Yeah,
Facebook?
I made a Facebook post
All right.
like probably 2 years ago at this point. I don't know how long it was before I made the post and then Nick and Alice replied, but it was probably, I don't know, we'll just say it was about 2 years ago.
Right.
And I was like, hey, does anyone, because I'm really into like, I like shoegaze a lot, obviously, and psychedelia, but I also really am into like new wave and no wave and industrial. And I was like, hey, does anyone want to make any kind of industrial music or, anything of that nature? That's just a synopsis of what I said. And Nick was like, sure. Alice commented. I've known Alice for a long time, but she said that she was interested, and then I think someone else did too, but they never really. Yeah. And we were like, Nick was like, sure. So Alice and I, on my sister's birthday, that's funny. Her birthday is the same as our anniversary.
Yeah.
Drove to Nick's apartment. This guy we'd never met before.
Very well could have killed us.
I could have killed him. I still can. Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah, but now it'd be a little bit more shocking.
Yeah.
And
it's my plan all along.
And we went up and we worked on a demo of a Nine Inch Nails cover that will never see the light of day.
It was the single worst thing I've ever recorded as a professional musician.
And then we're like, well, let's move and do a different. We both like this other genre, this other wheelhouse. Maybe we should try that. So we wrote one song that hasn't come out yet, and then we wrote another one called Halfway Gone, which is the first one that we put out.
Yeah.
That's kinda how
a little bit of trial and error too. Like, with whenever you start a new group, there's always a little bit of like growing pains and like figuring out how to work together and like recording and also like composition and everything. But once we've been trying to make a new song for about a month, and Halfway Gone just kind of came together in a night and worked out that way. So
he wrote an instrumental that was cool, and then we thought we could I don't know what the right word would be. We thought we could expand on it a little bit. So the instrumental for Halfway Gone is actually the second instrumental. The first there was one that was kind of a demo that you remember it at all that existed before it. And then, the second instrumental is the one that's on the track that's out right now. Yeah. And then I put lyrics and the vocal melody to it. With songs like Dorian and Parallels, I kind of helped out a bit with writing the instrumentals as well. But with Halfway Gone and then some of the other ones, Nick's just put something together. He's like, hey, you want to put a vocal melody on it? And I'm like, sure.
Yeah. Well, that's cool that... to bring in a group of relatively strangers together and making it work for this long already and stuff. It's like that's pretty cool to bringing everybody together and figuring it all out. How we have common ground here to work on. Let's like figure this out and we all became friends since then.
Yeah.
It all kind of came together because Alice, we joke that Alice is our first and third bassist.
I am. I had to move. I was moving in with Nino, actually.
Yeah.
So I moved to Rolla and could not participate, and then came back. And last September, Doug hit me up to sub for a gig, and then I never left.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay. That was Goblin. I may have just picked up, but for those that are listening and can't see, I currently can't move.
There's a very cute cat on his lap, but
I'm kind of paralyzed from the waist down.
It's my cat. She has a lot of opinions about everything. So
all right.
Alice, do you have anything else you want to say about our Nick, about our kind of coming together?
Yeah. So we brought in my friend Brendan a little bit because we needed some help with production. So he's
a whiz.
Really, really helped out with that. He's great at what he does with production. He's a DJ too. He goes by Ip You Like That. He's easy to find on Instagram. And then pretty much around the same time, we also brought in Jaden too.
I play a little bit of guitar. I came in, played some slide guitar with a lot of fuzz, a lot of distortion, and a little bit of reverb. And
we're like, this is exactly what we've been looking for. Yeah, it was fun. We kind of just recorded until about June of last year is when we started rehearsing at Utopia, and we got we kind of got started with the live because with doing live, we really wanted to. A friend of mine was our original live bassist, but he had some personal issues, so Alice came in clutch, and then ended up liking playing with us. So
I got moved to drums, demoted, and then I got moved back from drums to guitar. So
Yeah.
then after that, we brought in Ian.
yeah,
Who couldn't make it today, but he is an excellent drummer.
and he's just awesome person all around. We love him.
Yeah.
What was that first stage show?
That was at the Sinkhole,
Yeah.
and it was me, Nick, Alice, Jaden, and Brendan. We played with Space Face, which Jake Ingalls, he was in the Flaming Lips for a while, and then he started. Oh, I think Space Face was something he was doing while he was in the Flaming Lips, but he left the Flaming Lips with a guitar tech who was also with the Flaming Lips to put more time, or really all of his effort, into Space Face. And they've been touring for a couple of years, and we reached out to Sinkhole just because we heard about them. We wanted to play our first gig, and we kind of got paired to open up for them, and that was cool.
Nice.
It was great. It was
a cool first show.
Really cool first show to like be able to work with a band like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I don't know. I've never been in that situation, like in a band or anything, but I just know like it's got to be very nerve-wracking, just stressful trying to get ready and get.
Well, that first time was
right.
We probably
absolutely
rehearsed for that show. We probably did 30 hours of rehearsal.
Yeah, like no joke.
Total for that
Like there
show.
was one time. I mean, the Saturday before the show, there'd been a long, like Doug had mentioned, there'd been a long gap in between recording and playing shows, and I did not write down how I played my solo in one of the songs, so I had to lock myself in a practice room by myself at Utopia, like the day of the show, to figure out how to learn it, and thankfully I did, but it was write down your stuff. Write down your stuff.
Yeah, I think we had 4 or 5 rehearsals that week of the show.
Yeah.
Any musician will tell you that, like, their first couple shows, right? A lot of, I still get, I don't know if nervous is the right word. I guess like I said, I still get a little nervous for each show, but like those first couple shows, you get pretty nervous for them,
Right.
and then after it, you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. I remember though, like that first show, we played it. We went up there. I think we played after 9 Volt, which is another shoegaze
Great
band in the
shoegaze
area.
band. Check them out. They just released a single.
Nice.
Yeah, and Nick and I and Jaden, because I think you had to go.
I did.
The
I had a final.
The 3 of us were standing there and we're like, I mean, it was fun, but
I don't
took a
think
lot
I
of
could
work.
sleep that night, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
I think I was up till like 3 or 4.
And the Sinkhole's a bit of a it's a bit of a tinier place, so it gets a little warm in there.
For a band our size,
of
it's
people.
hard to make it work. It's a great venue, but it's
It
We're
is.
blocking the bathrooms.
we're a little
We're
confined.
big band with big people.
Yeah. Bunch of tall people in this
Tall
band.
as.
Told us.
Tall AF.
Well, let's talk about some of the music. I guess your most current single right now, and doing very well on the streamers and stuff. You have Parallels out there. Let's talk. This is anything we need to talk about with this song.
Some stuff we could talk about.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, everyone's kind of was a part of that one, but I think I really am a big My Bloody Valentine fan. They have a song called "Slow" that they did in their EP days in the late '80s before they made all the stuff that they're known for, and it's got really, really loud and distorted and kind of, just a really booming, heavy bass that goes to the whole thing, and I really like that. So I kind of came to Nick and I'm like, hey, I think this could be kind of a cool inspirational point to go off of. So that's where that big bass comes from, which goes through the whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a song that we wrote with pretty much shortly after Jaden and Brendan had joined up, and that definitely has a lot of Brendan's production on it.
Yeah,
I mean, he really cleaned up that song and made it sound the way it is. It's like that's one of my favorite parts about that track is just that wall of sound that you kind of get hit with.
Yeah,
man.
It seems to be the original people. Well, people like our ones that we've written a couple as a full group that haven't come out yet, but all the ones that we wrote before Alice and Ian joined, that seems to be the one people like the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a few in the tank that we haven't recorded. That's so it's gonna be what the new music coming out this summer is gonna be. Is those 3 tracks that we have?
One of those tracks is coming out. We're trying to put that one out in the middle of May, so pretty soon here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exciting to get some new tunes on the way.
2 of them live, so people might know which
Good reception so far, so
yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, that's always fun. I would imagine just getting to start playing that new material and getting that response right away, live, and seeing what people think of them, and kind of help get an idea of what's be the next single to push and stuff, which one pops that people were and stuff.
What's great is that Alice and Ian obviously are huge integral parts of this band, and we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them. So I mean, can't speak for Alice, but I imagine that it's probably pretty awesome for them to be able to finally be a part, have written contributions to some of the songs that we play.
Oh, it
originals.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
Ian and I were the last ones to join, so everything that's out right now, even though we play it live, we do not play on those tracks, and so it'll be really exciting.
It's gonna be fun.
This iteration of the band is pretty new. I mean, it's we've had this full lineup since October, so I mean, 6 months or so, give or take. But
yeah, what I was thinking, you guys spend a lot of time together at practices and playing gigs and stuff, but do we get to do a lot, much hanging out, not music related?
Lots of karaoke.
Oh, and some sandwiches.
Yeah.
Lots of sandwiches.
Yeah.
Alice works at, sure she'll shout it out too.
I do Union Loafers.
Yeah.
In the Grove area, and they have sandwiches during the day and pizza in the evening, and a couple times after shows, or even sometimes just on a whim, we'll go get, some of us will go get pizza, some of us will go get sandwiches.
Yeah, and I will serve them pizza and or sandwiches.
It's really, really good, actually.
They're pretty
I'm
banging.
not even being nice. It's really good.
Yeah, this is not sponsored. It's just delicious.
But if you do want to sponsor us, Union Loafers, we are open for bribes.
Sean, Ted, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be I'd definitely I work for food too, I'll take some pizzas and sandwiches and
Hey man, you should go check it out.
yeah.
Usually you want to reserve for the pizza.
Yeah,
I
dinner,
think.
make a reservation.
Unrelated, but our new song is called Spinach Pizza.
Since when?
Just now
Has
learning
nothing
that.
to do with actually, yes, it
I'm
does.
just now learning that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Just
are.
kidding. Just playing.
What kind of what's the go-to karaoke stuff? What's the
They do more of the karaoke than Jaden and I have done.
The last time I did karaoke, I did tequila. Quick crowd pleaser.
right?
I did karaoke last night. I did a lot. A lot. I do it every week though.
Yeah.
So
I haven't done that. I haven't done karaoke in a long time, but I do.
hit
I do
me
it.
up.
Yeah. I'll have to-
Nick
Yeah,
had a
you can
pretty
start
ba-
hanging out with us on Thursday.
yeah. All right.
Nick had a pretty baller New Year's party.
Oh,
Here.
my
Yeah, we
We
had
did karaoke
we had a
then,
karaoke
too.
party here
We did.
for New Year's, and I allegedly did karaoke, but
one time we did
do
karaoke.
not remember.
Oh yeah, we did karaoke at Utopia, and I tried to do tequila, and I messed it up.
The one word.
Yes, just the last one.
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot about it.
that was fun.
Yeah, that last one stinks. It's a little quick.
Yeah.
Tequila.
Vodka.
That was like yeah, we did a little Secret Santa within the band in December, and we had a little kind of a little party in the rehearsal space we were at, and had some food and did karaoke and gave
Nice.
Oh.
each other our gifts.
We did.
Yeah.
We might do that again this year.
Oh
Nope.
Yeah.
no.
Psych.
All right. Well, we do. We have a bunch of great shows coming up. Talking about live shows, and busy coming, shaping up to be a pretty busy summer for you all, and with new music and these new shows. So we got May 1st is a house concert.
Yeah.
On a Monday.
At the Fruit Basket.
On a Monday at Fruit Basket. DM them for the address. It's a brand new venue that they asked us to help open up, so we will happily do that.
What is that? What was it? Tit for Tat?
Tit for Tat.
Tit for Tat and Stella.
Yeah.
And Stella.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. Like, I think, seems like there's a lot more of this happening. These kind of DIY type of shows, and even Sinkhole to an extent is kind of that. It allows you to kind of do your own thing there, build your own shows. They're really open to ideas like that. So, but having like a basement concerts, house parties, and stuff like that. Seems to be quite a few places popping up there doing things like this, and I just imagine that's a lot of fun getting to have fun with your buddies down there.
Yeah, well, I love this scene. I always have, but there's one thing that I could change. It's that I think that kids really, really enjoy the music around here, make a lot of the music around here, and help the bigger venues make a lot of the money that they do through their bands. And I think it's kind of unfair in a way. Obviously everyone waits till they turn 21, but I think it's kind of unfair in a way that a lot of these shows that, would be interesting not only to adults, but to, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids in high school are 21 plus, and a lot of them can't go.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's cool that a lot of these DIY venues are opening, because I think that the kids in the scene deserve just as much to be able to have a great time at a concert, just as much as the adults do.
Yeah, we don't really have a lot of all ages type of venues anymore. I remember when I was coming up in high school, this is 20 plus years ago, but there was a couple of all ages type of places. There was one called Midwest Music Pit in Wentzville, where I lived at, and that's what they did. They had a lot of a lot of high school aged groups playing there, and so they'd have all of our friends would show up, and it was just like it was cool to have an opportunity for younger kids to get on a stage and show what their talents and stuff.
We played with 9 Volt at Off Broadway in March, and a lot of the audience were kids. But the thing is though, is like, it's one of the best audiences I've ever played for.
Yeah, they were nuts.
They have so much
kids
energy.
crowd
So
surfing.
much fun, and I'm just like, there should be more opportunities like this for kids to be able to come to these kind of shows, because they were having a ball, and it was so fun to see.
They're not old enough to hurt yet. That's the problem. They don't wake up. They sleep funny. They can't walk for 2 days.
Yeah, their knees the next day. They're like struggling to get up.
They don't have that problem.
I want to see a bunch of 30-year-olds moved away that those try it.
They were like crowd surfing and yelling, and it's funny that when we said we only had one more song, they were like, oh. And I'm like, these guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And it really made me appreciate the kids in the scene. It's cool.
Very nice. Well, hopefully, though, some of them will come out and to the Fruit Basket there then on May 1st. May 9th, you'll be at Platypus.
Yep. We are, speaking of 9 Volt, we're waiting to see if they can do that show. But if not, it'll be us, Bryce Connor, and Distant Eyes for that show.
Very
And
cool.
Bryce is behind the basement sessions, which I'm sure some people have heard about, that are kind of emerging a little bit. We did. I think they've worked with. They worked with us, and then they did videotape, dialogue from the fires,
Chain link. Me.
Jackson
Alice
Hill.
has done some stuff with them, like a Christmas thing, and then a Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow cover with Bryce, and then. Gosh, it's getting to the point where he's doing so much I can't remember all.
I've
If
got
you're a
one
band-
coming up with them.
If you're a band or an artist and you want like a completely free music video, a whole setup, hit him up. Like it costs nothing. It's cross promotional. It's Basement Sessions STL. That's his.
I think it's BS Studios.
BS Studios. If you look up Bryce Connor and Basement Sessions, you'll find him. But it's completely no charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we also have him tagged in our post that we did with him.
We
so
did.
if you go
Right.
back to that.
And he's great. So he's going to be playing with us at Platypus as well.
So kind, so talented, humble. He's so humble.
Eventually, I imagine that it will be a charge for what he does.
Sure.
Because down the road, I mean, what he's doing right now is the fact that what he's doing is free right now is pretty crazy because it's great quality. Kyle, his editor, is really, really good. And yeah,
It's a passion project.
I mean, make sure you jump on this right now while he's doing this for free because eventually it's going to take off. He's doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, man. That and then June 4th, Splash Pad. You said this is another one the house concerts.
Splash Pad is actually my coworker's DIY venue. So it's going to be a whole Union Loafers party. There's 3 employees playing. One is hosting. But you should pop out to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
You will probably get free bread if you go to this.
Yeah, I may or may not be bringing bread.
If you do, if you go to that and you mention that you heard about the show on this podcast, we will give you bread.
I'll give you bread. It might not be day up, but I will get you bread.
It might be a little stale.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's awesome.
I just it was a great Mitch Hedberg joke about Duck's perception of him is greatly influenced by if he has bread or not. I don't know. It's pretty good.
He's good.
Yeah.
Give them peas though. Don't feed ducks bread.
Yeah.
Makes them explode.
And he said, he's talked about he said he went to Subway and he's like, he goes, I just need bread. And he's like, I gotta, we gotta make a sandwich. He goes, but it's for a duck. He goes, oh, well, in that case, here you go. And he's like, so ducks eat for free at Subway.
Specious.
Yeah.
Literally.
June 6th, you'll be back over at Platypus.
Yeah, and that's going to be with it's White Ibis's first ever show. So they're going to be debuting there. It's got some members of Blush in that. It's kind of a heavy stoner doom band. And we're both going to be supporting Feeding Fingers, who's coming in from Italy on one of their first North American tours in a minute. So
nice.
Really excited about that.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then we got a big one celebrating 2 years. And this will be July 28th at the Duck Room in Blueberry Hill.
Yeah.
Down in the Loop.
Yep.
Right now we got Bryce because we love Bryce and he's been such a big part of our development to this point. Playing and then Forgiving Tree, which is Chris Davis's band, and
Absolutely.
Alice can tell you, but all of us can tell you he's the best.
We
play with him at Red Flag and he is
wonderful.
So awesome. He's been so supportive and he's so fun.
Yeah. And he has a podcast as well. You guys should pot it up together.
Oh, yeah?
Comedy by Coincidence.
Yeah.
I think it's called, isn't it?
I don't
He's hilarious.
It's
Copod.
It's on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah, Chris Hippie Davis is his at on everything.
Check him out.
Kelly.
And Kelly.
Awesome
Kelly is wonderful too. Their drummer Alex also
Yeah.
stellar dude.
He does some recordings too, so
He
if you ever need
does.
anything for that, hit him up.
Yeah.
And we'll more about that to come.
Right.
That's in a little while, but
Oh,
we're
yeah.
planning on that.
But yeah, getting to celebrate 2 years and we'll have some new music out by then for sure. And
One of the best venues in the city.
Yeah, a historic venue for sure. It's a great space down there. And I've noticed they've been, they've always been consistent, but it seems like lately there's been a lot more for local music happening down there. So it's nice to see that there's, that's going to be a fun night for sure.
We're very grateful for them for having us back. This will be our second time there, and we love the staff there and the venue. So
Yeah,
excited
we
to-
had a blast last
Yeah.
time.
We did.
Yeah, the January show that we did with No Antics and Honey, that was a great show.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. What about, do you ever see to hitting the road and doing weekends or anything with us?
We are planning on doing that eventually. We're going to start off by, testing the waters and going places like Columbia or
Right.
Springfield.
At first probably that would probably be towards later, late this year, October, November, December area and into
Right.
2024. But eventually we want to go around the country at some point. And
Yeah.
show everyone Luminal.
Yeah.
I think
I've
that'd
got
be a lot of fun.
some connections in Chicago. Aisle 5. They're super cool, but
They're really cool. They're coming up in the the Columbia College Chicago scene.
yeah, they're planning a
an
show
intro,
here.
and they're playing a show here too.
Yep.
I don't know if the venue is decided yet, but I think they were trying to do later May. So I think their ad on Instagram is Aisle 5 Chicago. So if you want to hear more about their show that they're going to do here, I would go drop them a follow.
Yeah. It's either Aisle 5 Chicago or Aisle 5 Band.
I think they changed it to Chicago.
I can't remember.
But yeah, I just think that'd be fun. Especially, I know, obviously, very difficult. I would imagine too, being with 6 band members, hitting, trying to everybody's schedules to align and everything else. But
yeah, well, I think it's getting easier for us to do shows now. I mean, we still prepare, but we don't have to. We've been playing these songs for a while, so
It's muscle memory at this
when
point.
we had a new song, we rehearse a bit more. But I think it'll get to the point where when we're ready to do that, preparing the music for the show itself will be the least of our concerns, which will make it a lot easier, and then we can worry more about a vehicle and all that, and
right,
that kind of stuff probably won't. That'll if when that happens, it'll probably happen in at least a year, so that gives us a lot of time to think about it. But yeah, that's definitely something we're interested in.
Yeah, I just think that'd be fun to start kind of planting those seeds in different towns, and come back and visit, and grow an audience in all these different markets and stuff, and try to. But yeah, and that's this thing that obviously was spoke about a lot being in St. Louis here, but it's nice that we have it's an easy, quick drive to a bunch of different cities around, and for a weekend, so makes for touring life pretty easy. So
St. Louis is an excellent place to get started. I just want to say to anyone who's trying to get started with any genre and you're worried that there won't be people out here that like it, I can almost 100% guarantee you're going to find some people because, it's just there's so many people that are interested in, we do shoegaze, but also like folk, acoustic, metal, punk, stoner rock,
a lot of that
jazz. You'll find anything here,
right?
It's not gonna jump out at you and say, "Hey, I'm here," just like it would somewhere like LA or New York. But it's not hard to find.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like St. Louis folk singer Neil is on The Voice right now.
Yeah.
He's from the Mighty Pines and he's killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty cool to see him on there. I thought I was.
You used to see him at my high school. Play shows there.
Yeah.
Now he's on there. I'm like, dang.
Yeah, it's but yeah, I mean, that's what I do love about St. Louis is we have a very eclectic mix of all sorts of different music, but also culture. There's all sorts of great various restaurants around and things, all sorts of different stuff. So there's a lot. I don't know. I really enjoy it here. There's
Don't
a lot
let anyone tell you there's nothing going on in St. Louis.
I'm not from here, and I thought after I graduated college, I'd stick around for maybe a year, go back up to Chicago, and I've just stayed because I love St. Louis.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What what about I was thinking speaking of St. Louis favorite spots, do you say you're going on a date or something? What's your go-to spot you would like to go visit? Is there do you have a secret a favorite spot that you like to visit, or is there something like that?
I used to live in the Lafayette Square neighborhood, and I love Square One Brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah, not only is the brewery cool, but they also have the absolute best pub food you can find. And it's almost to the point where it's so good that it's not even pub food anymore. It's just genuinely really good.
Right.
They're over there there's a restaurant called Mayo Ketchup next to there too. They're I think they're near Tucker and Frenchtown Records and that whole Soulard, that whole area. They're really good. It's my favorite.
Anybody else got one?
Found on Locust is always pretty great.
Yeah, classic. Yeah.
Always. went there for the first time last year, and I think we've been like 4 or 5 times since. But yeah, it's a great spot.
Hella good. St. Louis has a bunch of really good breakfast places. Yeah. Like Tiffany's Diner, which is literally like, what, a block away.
Yeah.
That's hella good. They've been open since the 50s. I really, really, really love the Shack. Probably a little too much. Ian and I go there a lot.
The Shack.
Yeah.
Shack is awesome.
Their pancakes
I've heard of it. I just never been.
It's
We
more
gotta
in the
go.
county, but
Yeah.
it's still really good.
It is delicious. Also, St. Louis has a bunch of all-you-can-eat sushi places.
Yeah, Sushi AI.
I go hard. I take it very seriously.
Yeah, we I think we swore off Sushi AI for about 6 months since the last time that we went. It was quite a bit.
I really like Jimmy John's.
Oh yeah.
St. Louis original. Right
It's a specialty. Although, like other sandwich shops, Blue City Deli,
yeah.
insane. Vinny is
Oh, yeah.
such a cool dude. They have live music, not every day, like I think Saturdays.
I used to do a lot more. Used to do Thursdays and Saturdays,
Yeah.
and then I think that just got more difficult with business was growing, and they just didn't have the space for bands and patrons, and
Oh yeah.
there were some nights that were like packed in there.
I was like sardines.
Yeah.
If you plan on going there though, plan on waiting.
Yeah.
Like get there hella early.
Oh yeah.
Also,
But it's worth it.
just want to shout out real quick. My buddy Jeremy Miller. He owns Dead Wax Records on Cherokee, which is they just moved to a new location, which is right across the street from the Mud House, which is a restaurant that's awesome that Jeremy used to own. But now it's kind of cool because they are right across from each other, and the new Dead Wax Records location has a upper floor too. And I've known Jeremy for years, ever since I was a kid. He's awesome, and yeah, go check out Dead Wax Records and get Mudhouse before or after. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I haven't been to Dead Wax in a while. They used to have a little space in the back, and I was in there one night with Beth Bombara and John Calvin Abney, and that was like super cool to like an intimate songwriter showcase, and like I just thought that was really a fun night to hanging out in the back of a record store like that. And so
I think that place Spine Bookstore is coming up, and a lot of people are going there. I think it's right around there too.
Yeah, they've been doing like an open mic.
That place is getting popular.
Yeah, I think they open mic on Wednesdays, and then like showcase stuff on
They got
Saturday.
good coffee too.
So it's cool to see people that supporting everybody. So
Yeah, man.
that's what it's all about. It's got to all work together. It's a nice community feel to a lot of this stuff. People want to help each other out.
Yeah, that's one thing we've kind of noticed about the St. Louis scene is that everybody is here, exception of 2 people I can think of, but everybody here, they're all really supportive and like really want to see bands succeed.
Gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The great scene. Everyone here is supportive.
Except for 2
Everyone loves
people.
each other.
Except for 2 people.
Well, you can find all these show dates and everything at Luminal Band STL on Instagram, right?
Yep.
And that's probably the best way to get in touch with you all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We also have shoegaze.bandcamp.com.
We do. We got
were
that.
able to get that.
Don't understand how we were able to get that, but we
Nobody.
Yeah,
claimed
people
Nobody
aren't
claimed it.
creative enough.
right. We're not creative enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we keep all of our upcoming show dates. We can't do all of them right now. We have too many for Instagram's bio, but we keep everything upcoming in our
In our bio.
Instagram bio. So
Yeah.
if you want to,
Website is in the works.
website
Tentatively.
we need one bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the works is it's in our brains and also in our Facebook Messenger chat.
And
Right.
we know we have a general idea of how to do it. So
Yeah.
We have Brendan.
We do.
Brendan has fancy letters after his name almost.
Yeah, we
so.
do.
Brendan's going to Colorado. He's still going to be.
It's on a computer.
He's
It's
Yeah.
fine.
he's still going to be an integral part of our creative process because we love Brendan. And we're not going to stop working with him just because he's not in the same state.
He'll always be a producer on our stuff.
Yeah, we have a little bit of a dependency.
Hopefully, we can play in Denver.
He's a great producer, and he really knows how to like just make the mix sit right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's very attractive.
Right.
Beautiful,
That is true.
beautiful.
As
he does tickle those
If
ivories.
you've been lucky
so-
enough to see
He
Brendan
does.
playing at our at any of our shows, he kind of steals the show. So in a way, now that Brendan's not playing with us live, it's kind of going to give people more of a chance to realize like the other people in the band.
They might actually
It was
listen
kind of hard
to the
when
music
it's
too.
kind of hard.
Every show
Brendan's so handsome.
when we sound check, we have to have them turn the lights off of Brendan because he's just so physically beautiful that if you could see all of him,
He doesn't
you
need-
wouldn't focus on the music at all.
No, like I think people do forget that there is actually a band playing. They they see Brendan and he
like
does this
Brendan.
little like sway thing while he's playing, and they just can't stop.
The locks flowing.
Yeah. He's been the subject of many posters and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Brendan, we love you.
Shout out.
Shout out.
And Sarah.
And Sarah. Sarah is our girlfriend. Mostly my girlfriend, even though she's Brendan's.
She's a really good photographer too.
She is. She takes almost all of our pictures.
Decent amount of the photos on her Instagram from Sarah.
So the band's got a girlfriend and a husband?
We sure
Nice.
do.
Nice.
Actually, we have a few girlfriends.
Yeah.
We just like sharing around
All right.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are socialists.
Also, I guess Matt Close too. We should probably shout him out because he's done decent amount of work. A lot of people know Matt.
Yeah.
He's an odd soul guy. He's done a lot of video and photo work, and Matt's awesome. He's
Yeah.
also a really talented musician. So go
Yeah.
check out Matt Close, KLOSE.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt's always out there hustling, trying to do part to
Any,
support.
any
Always.
show you see.
I went out to see a
you might
movie
see him.
once, and I saw him in the corner of my eye running karaoke. And I'm like, Matt? It was like the day after a show, and I was like, "Whoa."
What?
Yeah. He's everywhere. He's
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. I've been having fun with some of these questions, and get your take on these. And say we get a Luminal box set of action figures. What would you guys like to see as your accessory to go with your action figure?
Oh, can I have two?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
It's my cats.
Yeah, you got two cats.
I have two cats. I do actually. I have a little like custom Pop Funko thingy
Oh yeah.
of myself, and I got it when I only had one cat. But it has my cat
Right.
and a guitar with it. But I would have to do both of my cats, and maybe my dad pen.
I guess a microphone would probably be the best for me. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of boring. But
What about like a calculator? Because you're an accountant.
yeah, I do accounting.
A stack
Real
of fat
accounting
bills.
though, not OnlyFans.
and maybe a phone if we're going off of my accounting. I have to talk to people all day.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but whatever.
I think I'd have to go with a riding lawnmower. It's because I can't wait.
Is it functional?
It's functional, but I just can't wait to like have a riding lawnmower and blast my music on Saturday at 6 a.m.
For what it's
mowing the
worth,
lawn.
you look like you own one.
I know.
You should make like a mini one that's actually for your head.
Like
it's like
a
a
hat?
razor.
Absolutely.
You know?
Manscaped, we're coming for ya.
Manscaped.
Yeah.
I would like a boomerang.
Yeah.
I've never had one, and I've always wanted one.
They don't work as well as you'd hope they do.
Boomerangs
just wanna
don't
put
come
it
back
once.
to you. You come
That's
back
it.
to boomerangs. Have you seen that? Because of the shape, you throw them and they stay still, and while the Earth rotates, you come back to it.
No
it's
shit.
not real.
Oh, okay.
It's absolutely not real.
You had me convinced there for a second.
How about you, Shane? What would you do?
I mean, I don't know. I'd probably, it's tough, but I would think I'd have to at least have a double-decker fudge round as one accessory.
Good choice.
Nice.
Because, you got to represent for the snack cakes.
I can't speak for Ian, but I think that he might have a vinyl copy of Hellfire by Black Midi in his hand because that's his favorite.
Or-
that's what he's really into.
Hear me out. Maybe like an actual squid because his favorite band is Squid.
I don't think he'd do that. I think Ian would probably have a pit bull.
Oh, yeah?
Like, Ian just moved into his own place, and every single time we hang out, I'm going to get a pit bull.
I don't think he'd do that either. I think he'd have a gun.
Big things coming.
Just either a dog or something music related, because Ian, his knowledge of music is just
Fairweather Music Journal on Instagram, he uses it for like top 100, top 50 reviews of new albums. He listens to at least one like new album every day that he's never listened to.
Yeah.
And then just posts a bunch of stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We got a wall in our practice space where we write with Sharpie on the wall of new songs that we've been liking, and
all Ian's.
It's all Ian's, and it's like the whole wall is like filled.
I don't know about people listening, but I like to hear opinions on music just from other people, just out of curiosity what people think. And if you are that way, definitely check out what Ian's got to say.
Yeah.
He's also got an album of the year, which I think is linked to his Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm always digging, trying to find new stuff to listen to, and where I wear my headphones at work, like 8 to 10 hours a night. So I'm like always trying to find something new.
Yeah.
I listen to this podcast a lot called The 500 with Josh Adam Myers, and he talks like about Rolling Stones 500 greatest albums of all time. And for him, that's where he started with, like, was trying to discover more music, because he like knew the hits, but he didn't really like know like any album cuts really, or any kind of. So he started doing this as like a tribute to his friend who was a huge music fan, and so he's been like, so a lot of these like classic albums, this is his first time ever listening to them, and so he's like talking about like, it's kind of funny, like there's like maybe like some like Bob Dylan record on there or whatever, and he's like, it made the record because he's Bob Dylan, or made the top 500 because he's Bob Dylan, but it's probably not the record to start with to becoming a Bob Dylan fan,
Mm-hmm.
but because he's was already well established as being a great before this record, so he's like, it's kind of a weird introduction when you're finding out this record, like, and then so but it's interesting listening to him talk about some of these songs, and he has like a lot of comedians and sometimes people that played on the records and stuff. Like he did ZZ Top Eliminator with Billy Gibbons, which was that was a cool episode. But yeah, so it's fun to hear some of these, but like one of them on there, they did like White Stripes Elephant, and I was like, I remember White Stripes at the time, like in high school, like I was like, okay, it's hard, it was okay. Nothing really like jumped out to me, but like listening to it now, and especially listening to like more of the record and not just like the hits, the singles on the radio, like I started really enjoying what they're doing. So it's fun for me too, like as a fan, like to rediscovering some other music that I may have overlooked and stuff at the time. So I think I enjoy that.
For every album Bob Dylan has that people know of, he's got about 3 or 4 that people don't know about. So if someone out there wants to make a podcast and subject themselves listening to all of his discography, would love that. Yeah. Because I'm very curious. He's got at least 20 or 25 albums out that people don't really know about.
Right.
It's sad. Some of it's because some of them aren't as good as others, but it's still interesting. So if anyone wants to make a podcast about that, you have a listener right here.
All right.
Or you could start it.
Yeah.
You could do it.
I could start it.
Be the change you want to see in the world.
Okay. Maybe I will.
Waiting on the world to change.
Yeah.
Okay, John.
All right. What about we've already mentioned a lot of our friends and some favorite things. But is there a dream duet or collaboration you would love to see for the group? Is there a certain artist or somebody that you would love to link up with?
I would like to record a cover of All Star by Smash Mouth with Weezer.
With Weezer.
Yes.
Pretty great.
And I want it to we have to pick a new color for the album.
Right.
I think chartreuse is a really good way to go for that.
Nice.
Yeah. But it's just that song, but we still call it an album.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd like to do a 9 Inch Nails cover with 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. Trent Reznor would hate us. And I feel so terrible about that.
Then you get a chance to redeem yourselves from the.
We can maybe someday
Make it
we'll
worse.
try and go back. Maybe someday, years down the line, we'll try and go back. But for right now, we're letting sleeping dogs lay. You know,
Right.
I have to say, I know this is so stereotypical, but Kevin Shields, I want to see how that man makes a record, mixes and masters it. After hearing all these stories, after hearing about how he holds up in this little cottage in Northern Ireland and just works on My Bloody Valentine records. That's what he did for their 2013 album, and I love it. So I would just love to see, even if we don't get to work with him directly, just to see how that man makes records.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You can make it like the movie Parasite. And just like
Just live in his
live
basement.
in his house.
Maybe I'll do
Nibble at Kevin Shields' ankles.
Yeah. Then you'll like figure it out.
Yeah.
Learn his secrets and leave.
I think I don't know if it would really fit with their sound, but I think collaborating with David Byrne and see what kind of off the wall shit he could
be
have
cool.
us do
Yeah.
Yeah.
would be really cool.
Or Limp Bizkit.
Or Limp Bizkit. I would honestly,
I'd be
yeah,
down.
Fred Durst
I'd be
rapping
down.
on a chorus.
I would
Absolutely.
do that. I was
Wanna-
listening. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was listening to another podcast, the Beef and Dairy Network. It's a comedy podcast. They were talking about beef fishing, and they had a whole bit about how the entirety of Limp Bizkit just really loves Welsh buffets. So I would lure them in with that.
A Welsh buffet?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
I couldn't. Yeah.
I think it's just like Welsh food. I could make like sausage rolls or something.
I would ask Fred Durst about the movie he made that he thinks people have forgotten about, but we haven't forgotten about, with John Travolta in 2021 called The Fanatic. It is so bad.
I've forgotten about
The
it.
acting
Yeah, I also forgot about
is
I
awful.
also forgot about it, but apparently Doug didn't.
But yeah, well, me and my dad, my dad traveled a lot for work when I was a kid, so we've always bonded over movies that are so bad they're good that
Right.
no one's heard of. Fred Durst made a movie with John Travolta that is truly awful,
Oh, now I
but
gotta
it's
go watch
laughable, and it's called The Fanatic.
it. Yeah.
Is it on anything?
I think so.
I know what I'm doing when I go home.
But I would ask him about that and let him know that, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah.
So remember, it's not going anywhere, buddy.
Hey, I hate this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I heard anything about that, but I'm with you. I do enjoy some really terrible movies that,
Yeah.
which is one of my, I like Mystery Science Theater and stuff like that, to where they make fun of some of those classic terrible movies like that. So
I'm a gigantic fan of like The Room.
Yeah.
Tommy Wiseau.
Right.
I love it to death. I always will be into it. It's a very acquired taste.
right.
A lot of people don't really get it, and it's totally understandable. But me and my dad and like a couple million people love it.
Yeah.
Just a few.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Marley and Me.
Oh, shut up.
Too soon.
I'm going to start crying right now.
All right, so we obviously, we got a lot happening. Big year for
Yes, sir.
coming up. We got a lot of new music, big shows. Is there anything else that we'd like to accomplish this year? Is there still some things on the list of goals we'd like to do? Or
This is just the year for new music for
Right.
us. We spent
Yeah.
a lot of time grinding to start live, and now that live shows are a bit easier for us, we're doing new music.
I want to get a manager. And
Yeah.
I have a
We probably
manager.
should have a manager as well.
I do have a manager lined up. Just
Yeah.
I want to pull the trigger on it.
right?
We probably should.
Maybe after this batch of shows, we can start talking to her and see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But if you need a manager, Kenna Gilreath, she just graduated and has like full degree in music and entertainment management. So
right.
she's here in St. Louis if you need
Yeah.
one.
Nice shout out.
I think full album down the pipeline.
Yeah.
Full album,
album.
for sure.
Yeah.
We're planning on putting out a couple new songs this summer, but then definitely a full album, if not this year, early to mid spring next year.
Let's get full
2024.
album for my birthday.
for us.
Easy.
Yeah,
That-
Yeah.
for-
December. That's my birthday gift.
we can do
Yeah.
that. Lock ourselves in a
We
private
can-
space for 2 months.
We can get the bachelor mansion
and
and lock ourselves in there for the night. We're gonna pull them crooked vultures and just go off the grid while we do it.
There you go.
I'm already off the grid.
We know.
Just, people are going to be seeing a lot more of us, and it's going to be fun, and we're excited. So
Yeah, well, very cool. Well, I'm excited to hear some new tunes and see what's next for the group. So, again, you can get plugged in Luminal Band STL on social or Instagram there, and then. But yeah, come on out to a show this summer. See what it's all about.
Oh, yeah. We do have a Facebook now as well. So if
Yeah,
you're
definitely Facebook
over
for us.
35,
It's Luminal STL on
yeah,
Facebook.
and we make events on there, so you can tell us if you're going,
Yeah,
and then
all
you can add
streaming
it to your
platforms as well.
calendar.
yeah.
I've been thinking about making a LinkedIn for the page.
There you go.
Yeah.
Also on Truth Social.
I'm actually
start-
gonna figure out how to make a MySpace
Yeah.
just for that. I'll bring it back.
Like
Yeah.
maybe we can make a GeoCities website.
Fine.
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin.
Club Penguin.
We've talked about moving strictly to Rumble. So I'm just kidding.
You can also find
I'm
us
just
on
joking, we're not
Wizard
going
101
Oh yeah.
at Luminal Band STL.
Webkins.
Yeah, we got a guild going on there.
Yep.
If you guys want to feed our Neopets,
Letterboxed.
All the
Puffle's
things.
been starving for
We
years.
have a chat. No.
We're also releasing a full line of Luminal pillow pets. Like the ones that fold and Velcro. They will
ones that
all
you haven't
have
seen for 10
Jaden's
years.
face though.
Yep.
But
it's Jaden's face and Stewie Griffin's body.
Yeah. Well, it's got a
There's a
body
mix-up
part
at the
from each
factory.
one of us.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has my big toe.
Our favorite parts of ourselves.
We kid
Again,
quite a bit,
my big
but-
toe.
We kid quite a bit, but just new music, new shows. We're on social medias. We're on all platforms, and get ready. We're really excited. We have a lot to share. So
We do.
Well, very cool. Well, thank you all. Thanks for spending some time with me, and this was a lot of fun. I really had a good time.
Thanks for having us again.
And hopefully we can link up in December and talk about that new record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
December
Yeah.
30th. If anyone wants to wish me happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
happy early birthday.
Yeah, happy
Thank you.
if I
I thought you were
don't,
go ahead and announcing the album release date. I was like,
yeah.
I mean, that's a good goal to set.
That is my goal. My
December
goal for
30th.
us is my birthday.
Around Alice's birthday is when the new Luminal
At the
we're
karaoke
gonna try to
party.
put that out.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll have an album release party at Nick's Pub.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Bye, everyone.
bye.